Good morning everyone. Today I will share some techniques for easier and effective way of reviewing your notes. Almost all of us are getting nervous when exams are about to come. The objectives of this training are: participants will understand the relationship between review and examination. Participants will learn to focus while reviewing notes, and participants will learn different techniques to have an easier and effective way of reviewing their notes. The next part is the nature of examination. What is examination? According to Collins Dictionary, an exam is a formal test that you take to show your knowledge or ability in a particular subject or to obtain a qualification. So what is the purpose of examination? We all remember the exam period in schools, the daunting experience of the examination hall, finding your name on the exam desk and taking a seat with booklet with blank paper and unknown questions. The sweaty hand palms and sickness feeling that seems to have made you forget everything that you have been revising for over the last few weeks or days. Exams have an important role in the process of learning in the whole educational institution. Exams and tests are a great way to assess what the students have learned with regards to particular subjects. Exams will show what part of the lesson each student seems to have taken the most interest in and has remembered. There are 5 types of examinations. First is the multiple choice exams. Your job is to simply pair the questions with the correct answers, answering either true or false or ticking boxes. Second is problem or case-based exams. For these types of exams, you'll need to get your analytical skills churning. Third, oral exams. Commonly used for language exams, oral exams enable you to express your communication skills and presentation skills to the examiner. Fourth, open book and take-home exams. This might sound easy and open to cheating, however, take-home or open book exams bring a lot more complexity to the table. And the last is the essay exams. Similar to case study questions, essay exams present you with a topic question to present a detailed conclusion. Next part, the relationship between review and examination. So, what is the relationship between review and exam? These two terms always have a correlation between each other. It has always been a practice by each student to have a review on their lessons before their upcoming exams to refresh the ideas that they had learned. Taking a look at the ideas and topics that already been discussed can help you remember those during exams. Next part, the importance of review and having focus. Importance of review. Reviewing your notes gives you the chance to cement in the information you do know and remind yourself to the parts that have been more easily overlooked or forgotten. Frequently, reviewing your notes allows you to link the weaker pieces of information to the stronger ones through connections that may have been so evident when you were taking the notes. Here are some tips on how to focus while on review. First, stay in a quiet place or room. Second, prepare your notes. Third, put away your phone or any gadgets as much as possible to avoid disturbances. Fourth, make sure that you are not hungry or having physical illness. Fifth, set aside the unimportant ideas in your mind and focus with what you're reviewing. And last, try to read and analyze the lessons. For the most awaited part, the techniques for an easy and effective way of reviewing your notes. But first, let us know what is a review strategy. Review strategies are techniques for re-engaging with information that you have already learned, so that it stays fresh in your mind. They are particularly valuable when you're learning for a specific purpose. For instance, revising for an assessment or exam. They can also be helpful for remembering information in general. For example, when you want to remember people's name or when you need to learn a new system or process. Here are the review techniques or strategies. First, review your information immediately. Spend a few minutes reviewing new information as soon as you've learned it. Look through the material again and add to any notes that you've already made. It can also help to explain any key points out loud. The first review is a good way of checking what you've got everything you need and that you've understood it. It will also avoid you having to relearn it completely when you review it again later. Tip: when you reread material, try using a reading strategy to make the process more effective. For example, if you've just finished reading a chapter in a business book, take some time to review the section headings and the conclusion. This will help you to fix what you've learned in your mind. Second, schedule further reviews. Remember, it takes repeated effort to move information into your long-term memory. So, it's vital to review material frequently, otherwise key details will inevitably slip away. Memory expert and psychologist Hermann Ebbinghaus' most famous discovery, the forgetting curve. It shows how new information can fade from memory over time unless you take time to review it. Ebbinghaus' research also revealed that each time you review information, you can wait a little longer before doing so again. Third, test yourself. Every time you review something, include an element of testing. This will uncover any gaps in your knowledge, highlight the key areas that you need to focus on, and reinforce your learning. For example, you could cover up the original material and see how much of it can write or speak about from the memory. Even better, get a friend or colleague to test you on your knowledge. Rewrite your notes. Rather than simply making notes once and hoping that they sink in, review them regularly and improve or add to them each time. This is a great way to keep information fresh and clear. You can do this quickly with keywords and bullet points. Or, if you want to explore the material in more depth, try transferring it into a flowchart or labeled diagram such as a mind map. This will provide you with a colorful representation of your notes, which can help to give you an overview of the subject and the key areas within it. Fifth, teach someone else. One of the most powerful ways to embed learning is to teach it to someone else. Find a willing pupil and explain to him or her what you've been learning. This has several benefits. It quickly reveals any aspects that you don't understand or can't remember, pinpointing where your knowledge is weakest. It can boost your confidence to use and apply your knowledge. Your pupil may ask you questions which will test your knowledge even more deeply and, in the process, strengthen your grasp of the subject. Note: it's a lot better if you look for a pupil that has a brief background about the topics you've been reviewing to ensure the learning will take place between you, preferably classmate or person with same field as you. 6. Put your learning into action. Simply rereading your notes is unlikely to help you to remember them in the long term. Instead, try to apply what you've learned. In some instances, this will happen naturally. For example, if you're trying to master a new software application, you'll likely need to go through with it a few times before it's fixed in your mind. And last, know when to take a break. Finally, make sure that you don't overdo it. It can be tempting to cram when revising for an exam, but unless you take regular breaks, you may risk burnout. Research shows that sleep plays an important role in creating long-term memories. And it's not just because you can concentrate better when you feel fresh. Sleep is an active part of the learning process. helping to sort and transfer information from short-term to long-term memory.